Welcome. All right. My name is Vanessa Deal, and I support mompreneurs through coaching and productivity and system strategies. And I'm also a homeschool mom, and I support homeschooling mompreneurs in a membership called the Vanguard Club. So if you're watching this from the Vanguard Club as a tool for your homeschool, welcome. And if you are just new here to the channel and you are wanting some tips to see how I use my Notion for my homeschool, you've definitely come to the right place. So today I'm just going to give a quick walkthrough of how I use Notion for my homeschool. I use it, it's a free platform, so I use the free account. You can get a paid subscription. It just hasn't been necessary for me. I've been using Notion for about 4 years. On the free program, it's been great. You can use Notion for your homeschool, for your business, for your life management goals, all kinds of things, for projects as well. And I do that. But today I'm just going to walk you through quickly my homeschool. In the membership for homeschooling mompreneurs, I talked about how to create and plan your homeschool using a capture system where you capture your resources, ideas, upcoming thoughts, website links, all kinds of things. You want to capture, you want to have a place to put that. So I'm going to show you where that is in my Notion. You also want a place to plan what you have coming up for the next year, and you want to kind of schedule. And so whether you're scheduling through Notion, using their database and then extracting that into Notion calendar, however you do that, I also then take that and put it into my Google Calendar. So that's my flow for that system. But I'm going to take you through this today and show you how this can be such a powerful tool to take all of this collection stuff and take it out of our brain to just free up our mind to think about other things. All right. So this, as you can see, is my 2026-27 homeschool plan. And we are doing grade 7 and grade 4 this year. I won't get into how to pick homeschool curriculum or anything like that in this. This is just compiling what we are doing for the year and putting it into a really clear visual plan. So one of the themes this year for us is World War I and II. And this picture is just a stock picture in Notion. It's free. So that's why I picked that picture. I like visuals. I like things to look pretty. That's why that's their backpack for like the school kind of thing. On the sidebar, you can see that I have this year. I also have, next year and the following year, and then last year. You can adjust what you see in your sidebar. But I like to have that. It's easy to quick access. And of course, I use this on my phone as well, the Notion app. So when I am out and about, I can easily import or just fill in information. Or if somebody asks me a question, I have that at my fingertips at all times. So that's why I really like this digital system. All right. So just a quick overview of what I have laid out. And this is totally customizable. So you can do as much as you want. It doesn't have to be as elaborate as this, and it could be even more elaborate if you desire, depending on what your needs are, maybe how many kids you're homeschooling, etc. And so I like to have a little saying at the top: "Mens sana in corpore sano," is like strong body, strong mind. That's kind of our overarching theme for the year, and to connect to our body, mind, and each other. So that's kind of our mantra, or a what's the word? Vision, I guess, for the year. And I'm a huge Stoic fan, and so I have just another little quote for me. So into this is a database that you just click and you create a database. This is the grid view. So it has images. And the way I laid this out is I put it's a homeschool timeline. This is detailed for me. So this summer right now, we are reading and listening to the audiobook of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. That is in progress. We are also currently, because we kind of do a year-round homeschool kind of thing, so we're doing botany, and we're reading the book Billy and the Giant Adventure. Into the fall, we're part of a book club, so this book is part of that. You can see it says not started. We haven't started that book yet. And I'm in the planning phase of our Russia unit, World War I unit, Roaring 20s, World War II. So that kind of takes us our entire fall. That is September to roughly December. I have some kind of buffer weeks within there because, of course, things don't always go as we plan due to illness. We are all probably going to come down with some kind of bug. Maybe there's some event that kicks in, and you know what? We want to take advantage of that and be a little more spontaneous at points. So I create buffers to allow for that. Into the new year, we're going to study theology. We have a book that we're doing with that. I haven't inputted our details in there yet. Sports, we're going to do Victorian era. We're going to do some art and writing in April, and then finish off our year with career and trades and money literature with the book we're studying called, it's on the tip of my tongue, Artemis Fowl. Okay, and I do have books for each of these months. I just haven't put it all in yet. I haven't completely done my deep dive, and I have set up. So currently it's August. I did my setup back in May, and that's just how I do things. I know that I have everything ready to go for May. Sorry, in May I planned it ready to go for September to the end of December, and I don't have to think about it. Coming into January, I have blocked off on my calendar time to sit down and to input and to plan out what we're going to do in detail in this area. So I do have a pretty good idea. I just don't have it scheduled out timeline wise, and I'll show you that in a moment. So this scrolling down, these are quick links for me, so I can just click on that link here. Like I mentioned to you, September to December, we're studying 1900 to 1947 world history. Okay, so that is there. And when I click on that, that takes me to a database that links 1, 2, 3, 4 topics. And I have that all scheduled out. So I'll show you that in a minute. All right. Over here, I have my overviews. I like to just kind of type out as I'm brainstorming an overview of what we're doing each month, because in our homeschool, we create our own curriculum. I ask my kids kind of what do they want to study. Plus, we're part of a book club. And so the book club members meet in the spring and decide what we're going to read on a monthly basis. And then I kind of build it out from there. So my curriculum and how I build my curriculum is probably very different than yours. You may choose to use an open and go curriculum, in which case you might not have as much of this in the background for your Notion. It might be more straightforward, and you might just be tracking your lessons that you're doing every week, and you're fulfilling that over a portion of time. And so, but this is how I homeschool, and this is what I do. So brainstorm that. I have our materials list. So we do, for example, for my grade 7 student, what are we using for math? What are we using for spelling? What are we doing for writing, mechanics, creative writing, those kinds of things. And I also list in there our extracurriculars that we do and whatnot. So same thing for my grade 4 student. And I do have a running list. This is a running list, curriculum and resources. And as I go through the year, maybe I find something that I want to add. And then I also have a living Google document for my homeschool planning as well. So I like to track the books that we have read as we read them through the year. I love checking off things off the list. And so this gives me a great, sense of joy to click that, but it also helps me track. So when I have to tell our facilitator what we've been up to, oh my goodness, it is so simple to just go in here, see what we've done. I can copy and paste, create it into like a little summary if I want. Usually I do that in like a Google Docs, or I use Evernote or something like that to create a summary. And it is so cool to have a list and a record of this for the future. Over the years, I have lists of the books that we've done each year, and it's just so neat to look back on and to see what we've completed. And then I have a links of interest zone. This is on my phone, because on my phone, I have a quick access link. So this is the page that automatically pops up when I open my Notion. So if I find something online, Pinterest, I have a friend send me something, I can just put it right in here. It's so simple. I have the link ready to go. And then, as I mentioned, you can schedule out your stuff through your task calendar. This one is not linked to my existing plan. It's just I wanted to just have something a blank calendar, if you will, in my area. So that kind of takes you through all the zones of capture, planning, scheduling, and tracking. So quickly, I'll show you the tracking, and then I'll wrap this video. If you're interested in seeing how I set this up, put a comment in the below this video, and I can definitely create a how-to. It's not really my expertise. I'm not a Notion specialist. There are so many people online that are, but I can definitely do a quick video to just show you how to create these little databases to build out your system. So I'm going to use this month as our example. So in the scheduling and tracking. So like I mentioned, this year we're doing the botany unit. We're using Gather Round for that. And we are reading the book for our book club, Billy and the Giant Adventure. So I have some ideas at the top. Okay. And then I have this database, and I'm going to go load more. So this is what we have completed. So what I did is I went through, and yeah, you know what? This took a couple of minutes to do on the setup, but it is what keeps me in the game and on track. Okay. So, and because it's digital, it's so easy to change the date. If you are in a busy season and don't quite get to something, you can easily change the date or just table it to another point, or just leave it as an undone, right? So that you can go back in the future. So what I've done here is I put lesson 1. It's called What is Botany? I had put a date on it. This date goes into my calendar, and it comes up as a block of time because I put a timestamp on it. When we complete it, I put a check mark. So as of today, you can see we are on creative cover crops we have completed, and the next one coming up is stunning succulents. I also have field trips. So I've designated this in the, there's like a drop down. You can, so here I have what curriculum we're using, and then field trip or what have you. So I have it all scheduled. It's a system for me to plan, but also for me to track what we are working on. All right. And then down here, I have a little area that I'll usually fill in. This is kind of just a summary area, so that when I look back on it and say, okay, what did we do? What went well? And I do my review, which only takes me like 5 to 10 minutes a month to go back and do a review summary. Then I can just put my ideas, my reflections, notes, and highlights here. And I can use that information to either keep things the same for the next month or change things completely. All right. So that is just got a really quick overview of my Notion, and how I do set up everything. I don't know. I love this system, and it is, ever since I have been using the system, I am on top of it. Right. There was one year, actually for part of last year, I didn't set it up. And I kind of thought I would just run with things. And we did not complete nearly as much. Our homeschool I felt chaotic in that I didn't quite know what we were doing. And I had no way of tracking when I had to sit down to figure out what we had done, sifting through my kids, maybe it was my kids' curriculum, or just looking back on random notes that I had. It took so much time, just so much time. And having a system set up in place that you can run and track, and it's clean, it feels great, and it's just, I can homeschool confidently, and my kids know what they're doing too. They have their own access. I can share this page with them as well. And so they know what's coming up. I know what's coming up. And sometimes other people are part of my kids' homeschool. Sometimes we homeschool with another family or my parents. And it's so easy to just say, hey, you know what we're doing today? This is what we're doing. And you can go. And so that can take some of that load off of us as homeschooling mompreneurs. All right. So I'm Vanessa Deal. You can definitely subscribe if you like videos like this. And hopefully I'll see you inside of our membership, the Vanguard Club. There's information in the description for that. Comment below if you want to see more Notion videos or just more homeschool planning support. And we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.